And live from the Kenyatta University Communication Center, you are just in time for the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Now, a lot has been transpiring across the nation and also beyond our borders. But first, let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Chamwita, the Milimani Law Courts pleading for an extension of previous court orders barring his arrest. Presents troubling report of disregard of law by maintainers of law and order in recent protests, including the murder of Albert Ojwang. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen issues warning against illicit alcohol intensifying in Nandi County. Harambee Stars coach Benny McCarthy names full squad to lead Kenya's campaign in the China tournament. Alright, my name is Emmanuel Kutosi, and on the sign language interpretation we'll be sailing through with Sammy Okello on this broadcast that is also streaming live on our YouTube platform at KUTV News Kenya. Feel free to interact with us through our social media handles at KUTV_Kenya, and you can reach out to me at _Emmanuel Kutosi. Let's get the ball rolling now. IT expert and blogger Ndiegui Kinyagia appeared before Justice Chacha Mwita, the Milimani Law Courts today, seeking an extension of a court order that bars his arrest. The initial order issued on the 3rd of July was based on safety concerns, directed police to only record his statement in the presence of his lawyer. Kinyagia maintained that his life remains in danger and asked the court to continue protecting him from what he termed as an illegal arrest. But now, his legal team is facing headwinds. Senior counsel Martha Karua and the Law Society of Kenya may withdraw from the case over conflicting affidavits and unclear legal mandates. Justice Chamwita has adjourned the matter, giving the lawyers 14 days to file clarifying documents. Now, the Independent Policing Oversight (IPOA) is raising red flags of police conduct during recent protests following the custodial death of Albert Ojwang. In its July 2025 report, IPOA cites serious breaches, including deploying officers without name tags or badge numbers, rendering them unaccountable. The protest, which spread through Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu and beyond, were marred by excessive force, resulting in 65 civilian deaths and 342 injuries, a stark contrast to police claims of just 5 fatalities. IPOA is also ringing the alarm on plainclothes officers infiltrating crowds, using of unmarked vehicles, and delayed medical attention to the injured. It's now pushing for urgent reforms, from the body cameras to stronger oversight and better police welfare. And away from that worrying report, President William Ruto has highlighted a remarkable achievement in Kenya's conservation story. The country's elephant population has more than doubled since the year 1989, speaking at the launch of the 2025 wildebeest migration season in the Masai Mara. The president credited the rise to deliberate conservation efforts and the active engagement of local communities.
While addressing guests at the globally renowned Mara ecosystem on Thursday, President Ruto said that the elephant numbers had dropped to around 16,000 in 1989, but have now risen to 36,000. He described this as a clear proof of policy-driven wildlife revival.
Across Kenya, Over 160 community conservancies protect 11% of our land, a bold experiment that has turned villages into vanguards of biodiversity.
Ruto further highlighted Kenya's growing conservation partnership with China, noting that under the Belt and the Road Initiative, the country continues to develop critical infrastructure such as roads, ports, while still upholding environmental sustainability.
Most important aspect of this land is that people don't visit Kenya. They come back to Kenya because this is the home of humankind.
He singled out Masai Mara as a shining example of sustainable tourism, noting that the park receives over 400,000 visitors annually, contributing both to the economy and ecosystem protection.
We are expanding our tourism product to go beyond wildlife, to go beyond our national parks, to go beyond our beaches, to the wide array of what Kenya is good at, wide array of what Kenya has to offer.
With elephant numbers on the rise and tourism flourishing, Kenya's commitment to protecting its natural heritage while fostering economic growth shines as a beacon for the region. Patricia Alex for Kutv, Nairobi.
Thank you, Patricia Alex, for that report on the wildebeest migration launch. Now, the battle against illicit brews and drug abuse has taken center stage in the North Rift region. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has issued a stern warning to public officials enabling the deadly trade, insisting that their days are numbered. Speaking in Nandi County, Murkomen unveiled a renewed crackdown aimed at protecting youth from addiction and exploitation. Pesia Chola brings us that story.
In a passionate address in Kapsabet town, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen fired a warning shot, this time not at the traders of illicit brews, but at the officials turning a blind eye. During the 19th grassroots engagement under the Jukwaa la Usalama initiative, Murkomen decried the spread of second-generation alcohol and narcotics in Nandi and its neighboring counties regions, now targeted due to a high population of youths in college and rural areas.
Kaunti hii ni kaunti ambayo iko na vijana wengi ambao si tu wale ambao wamezaliwa katika kaunti hii, lakini wale wamekuja hapa kwa maneno ya masomo. Ingawa tunasema kwamba Eldoret ama Uasin Gishu ni kama Eldoret ni kama city ya education, kuna pia benefit imekuja ya masomo katika Nandi County. Kwa hivyo tuko na shule za kiteknolojia ya hali ya juu kwa hii county, tuko na university kwa hii county, kwa hivyo kuna vijana wengi wamekuja.
The Interior CS stated that local chiefs, their assistants and police officers will now bear direct responsibility in the crackdown, warning that failure to act will invite strict consequences.
Wamekuja hapa kwa mambo ya masomo, na kwa sababu hiyo wale walanguzi wa madawa na wauzaji wa pombe haramu wanajaribu kulenga hawa vijana ambao wako katika kaunti, wale wamezaliwa hapa na pia wale wamekuja hapa kwa minajili ya masomo.
In a move to strengthen local administration, Murkomen announced the creation of 6 new administrative divisions in Nandi County, an area he said had long been overlooked by past regimes.
Maafisa wa polisi na idara ya polisi wamejaribu, kuna nia kati yetu, na pia ni lazima sisi leo kwa majadiliano tunayo tusikizane ni njia gani bora tutafanya ili tumalize hii janga ya pombe haramu na madawa ya utumizi wa madawa ya kulevya ambayo inaumiza vijana.
Murkomen reiterated his tough stance against government officials collaborating with illicit alcohol and drug dealers, unveiling new strategies to eradicate these practices in the North Rift region. Pesi Achola, KUTV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Pesia Cholo, for that informative beat. Now, Kenya is strengthening economic diplomacy with Egypt in a strategic move to boost trade and investment during Egypt's 105th Independence Day celebrations in Nairobi. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi reaffirmed Kenya's commitment to deepening bilateral cooperation. The two countries are now working to implement 12 key agreements signed earlier this year.
Kenya and Egypt are reinforcing their long-standing diplomatic relationship, now pivoting more aggressively towards trade and investment. During the celebration of Egypt's 105th Independence Day, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi noted that bilateral trade had grown significantly, with volumes estimated between 600 to 700 million US dollars in 2025 alone. Mudavadi highlighted the rich 62-year history of diplomatic relations, crediting citizen-to-citizen ties as a strong foundation. He praised the Egyptian business presence in Kenya and acknowledged the vibrant Kenyan diaspora thriving in Egypt.
Trade between Kenya and Egypt has been on an upward trajectory, with a total trade volume estimated at between 600 million and 700 million US dollars in 2025. Kenya and Egypt have also continued to deepen their relations through high-level engagements. Most notably is the state visit by President Ruto to Egypt in January 2025.
Beyond trade, Mudavadi emphasized joint efforts by Kenya and Egypt alongside the United Nations and African Union to support peace and development across Africa's conflict-prone zones.
Kenya and Egypt remain steadfast in supporting multilateral efforts to promote peace and stability in conflict-affected regions such as Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, Libya, and the Sahel. Through our active participation in the African Union and in close collaboration with the United Nations, we continue to champion African-led solutions to African challenges.
Egyptian ambassador to Kenya, Wael Atia, lauded the growing economic synergy, noting that Egypt now consumes 14% of Kenyan tea and has 76 companies registered with Kenya Investment Authority.
Egypt supported the Mau Mau movement, providing safe haven to some of Kenya's freedom fighters, providing Egyptian diplomatic passports to them to allow them to promote the cause of Kenyans across the world and make their voices heard. On the economic side, bilateral trade continued to rise with a steady 1.3% annual increase. Egypt ranks among Kenya's top trading partners and is the second largest importer of Kenyan tea.
Kenya is now focused on implementing the 12 Memoranda of Understanding signed in January by President William Ruto and Abdel Fattah, covering agriculture, manufacturing, education, and infrastructure, among others.
All right, and that report concerning Kenya's relation with the land of the pharaohs takes us to our first break right here in the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. We still have a lot more in store for you, but in a moment, we'll be back with it.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
Miti. Panda. Miti. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome. Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Now, a storm is brewing over the government's use of anti-terror laws to charge recent protesters. While the Director of Public Prosecution insists the charges are legitimate, critics warn of a dangerous slippery slope that could undermine civil freedoms. Tonight, we take a deeper look at the law and whether it's being turned into a tool against dissent.
Director of Public Prosecution Renson Ingonga has defended the decision to charge anti-government protesters with terrorism. Speaking at a press briefing in Nairobi, Ingonga emphasized that the charges are grounded in law, not political pressure, and are in response to deliberate acts of destruction during recent protests. The former Attorney General Justin Muturi distanced himself from the law's origins, clarifying that the Prevention of Terrorism Act, commonly known as POTA, was passed in 2012 before his tenure. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen defended the application of terrorism charges against protesters, saying there were no peaceful protests, it was terrorism. Manyata MP Gitonga Mukunji echoed the sentiments, arguing that destruction of government property qualifies as terrorism under Kenyan law. Kenya's Prevention of Terrorism Act, amended in 2014 and 2023, defines terrorism as acts that endanger life, harm the public, or damage government property, especially when done to intimidate or influence state decisions. The decision to charge protesters under terrorism laws reflects a complex balance between security and democratic rights, while government officials argue that the charges are justified due to property destruction and public safety risks. Critics warn of potential misuse to suppress dissent and limit freedom of expression. Edna Nerea, KUTV, Nairobi.
Wonderful report right there. Now, tensions are rising within the Abdu Khan clan in the second endorsement of Garissa governor just 2 weeks. A new group of elders has now thrown its weight behind former governor Ali Korane, contradicting an earlier declaration in favor of diplomat Abdi Dubat, setting the stage for a political showdown.
In a traditional ceremony held at a shrine in Garissa, the Abdulwak Consultative Committee unveiled Ali Korane as their picker for the 2027 gubernatorial race, setting the stage for what could become a fierce clan-level political standoff. Speaking at the event, committee chair Ibrahim Salat said the decision was made after what he termed as extensive consultations and vetting of all political candidates.
We had 5 candidates who submitted their applications, and after thorough vetting and the consultations, we got this one candidate by consensus.
Salat either said the community is behind the former governor and are confident that their support will make Koran reclaim his seat come 2027.
But this time round, I think the community has put its house in order to ensure that we reclaim that seat. We appeal to the other members of the Garissa community, our brethren of the Somali community in Garissa, the other communities in Garissa, to support us in this journey of delivering this seat for Garissa people.
Although absent at the event, Korane later took to Facebook to express his gratitude. His statement said, and I quote, "As we move forward, our focus will be on engaging and uniting with the broader community across Garissa County." End of quote. However, speaking separately, Kenya's Consul General in Arusha, Abdi Dubat, who just 2 weeks ago held a ceremony to celebrate his endorsement by the same community elders, dismissed the latest development, adding that he remains firmly in the race, saying that his zeal and determination to transform the county will not be stopped. The Garissa gubernatorial race is already shaping into a crowded field, with former Ijara MP Ibrahim Abbas and a former Legdara MP Mohamed Shidie also eyeing the seat backed by their respective Samawadal and Elwian clans. Stephen Masha, KUTV.
Thank you, Stephen Mashe, for that report. And it's that time to lighten matters, where in the ever-colorful world of politics, accusations of indiscipline and political bad manners are flying. Protesting, it seems, has acquired a new definition. If you're confused, don't worry. Harun's got you covered. Bye.
Tumekuja hapa kusaidia nyinyi. Hamtaki, mnataka nini?
The issue of unwanted help and temperatures
tumeona viongozi wengine wana hasira kali sana
were rising.
Hapana, hiyo mchezo watu waache.
Unataka nini? The Rubicon, whatever it was, had been crossed.
Excessive anger is not a solution.
And like a jilted lover,
Mimi nimenyamaza, mimi nimewavumilia, lakini mahali imefika.
Kasongo ameona siku zake ziko karibu kuisha.
Words and actions had different destinations.
Wacheni porojo, wacheni propaganda, wacheni chuki.
Hapa. Ala, hata William Ruto ni mtoto ya mtu, my friend bwana. Wale ambaye tumetumiwa vibaya na sisi tushikane, tujipange.
Relationships ending, relationships starting.
You have been misused for too long by Raila Odinga. Ulishindwa kuongelesha wabunge 300 waweze kustop impeachment yako. Utatoa wapi watu 8,000,000?
Fitina mingi, kutupejeli, sijui nini.
Seemingly, they had enough.
Enough is enough.
Hata wakishiba sisi tumeshiba. Nyinyi mnakubali maneno? Sema tawe. Sema tawe.
Mtu huyo Rigiji ambaye alikuwa impeached. Sheria ya Kenya inasema ukiwa impeached huwezi simama kiti hata ya chairman wakati dik.
Papa wa Roma, what is your counsel?
In this world there's nobody who has a guarantee or a right to any seat.
Wewe unjiepeleke kwa wananchi, ongea nao vizuri, wapatie mistari.
By the way,
The president is William Ruto na miaka yake ni 10, apende asipende.
all right, we are now going for another short break. After that medley, we'll be back with the sports news. We'll be diving in matters concerning the Harambee Stars as they begin their campaign, of course, to be the leaders within the China tournament. We'll be back shortly.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu, jibarikiwe na Mungu, iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta.
Yanayokukumba tuna maizi, tuna kutetea sisiri. Kwa kweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline.
are safely in the sporting arena where Harambee Stars coach, that is Benny McCarthy, has unveiled his final 25-man squad for the upcoming CHAN tournament, slated from the 2nd to the 30th of August. Kenya, participating for the first time, is in Group A with Morocco, DRC Congo, Zambia and Angola. The opening match against DRC Congo will be played at Kasarani on the 3rd of August. The squad combines veteran experience and rising talent, with Abu Doma as the captain, assisted by Daniel Sakari and Alphonse Omija. Former skipper Michael Olunga is absent as he continues with his stint at Al Arabi in Qatar. McCarthy expressed high hopes for a strong showing.
Yes! That's it! That's it! Yes, that's it! Go!
Of course, and we also expect a strong showing, because all the best to Harambee Stars, because they represent us, my friend, and that is very important. Away from local football, we go to Liverpool FC, the ones who never walk alone, who have officially completed the signing of French forward Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt, now on a 6-year deal. Now the Premier League side splashed 80 million euros upfront, with an extra 15 million in performance bonuses, 10 million considered achievable. Ekitike, known for his speed and sharp finishing, is expected to bolster Ancelotti's attacking options ahead of the new season. All right, and in a record 30 minutes, we have come to the close of the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. A big thank you to the whole team involved in the production of tonight's broadcast, led by my chief producer, Anyango Sylvia, ensuring everything is in top condition, and also the whole team involved in the compilation of the various reports, backed up by the technical bench led by Melton Conchella, ensuring everything is smooth and on top of things to ensure everything comes to you as it should. Appreciate you, of course, right there, giving us that necessary viewing through our social media platforms, through your television, wherever you are. Thank you for keeping it KUTV. From me, Emmanuel Kutosi, and my colleague on the sign language interpretation, Sammy Okelo, it's good night, sweet dreams, keep warm, keep smart, keep wise. Good night.